This is some aerial footage of the house from Drake. This is the rapper Drake right there. This is his house in Toronto. There was a shooting that happened earlier outside Drake's Toronto home, and one person,
Drake's bodyguard or executive protection agent, got shot within the last 24 hours at his residence in Toronto. This goes into the bucket of, why I've done what I've done with training in the executive protection industry. I know of two shootings already in our industry this year. One down in Miami, the agent had a clean shoot, might have him on my podcast, and another one here, another one in Toronto with Drake, right? That's two. It's early in the year. And this goes directly in the bucket of why hard skills are important. Your soft skills, what do we say at the league? Why do I have EP Essentials, Training Day, Master's Class, Immersion Class? Why do I have 4 different soft skill courses at the League of Executive Protection Specialists, right? And 1 hard skills intensive, because in the industry, hard skills may save lives, but soft skills will keep you in the game and get you paid. This means every single day what you're really gonna do that's gonna keep you in this game and get you a paycheck and make your clients love you is your ability to execute on the soft skills, facilitating the schedule, facilitating access control effectively, being able to gain cultural equity and gain rapport and be able to be effective as a civilian that needs to get people to do special things to help your client enjoy special levels of access, back of the house access, service elevators, tarmac access at FBOs. This is the day-to-day EP grind, right? That's what we do, and we must do it well. But the other reality is these clients, principals, and stakeholders pay you and they hire you to be able to actually in real life protect you. And so, I've seen a lot of guys out there in the game that don't even train anymore. How are you going to be able to outperform another human being in a kinetic and dynamic violent altercation if all you've been focused on is the client facilitation and the butler concierge aspects of what we do? We do all the butler concierge things. I'll gladly put your car seats in your car and get you a coffee. And yeah, we even carry bags. But the reality is I'm there hired for protection. Otherwise I'm just a butler. I'm just a butler with a gun. So the reality is there is that 1% of this game that hopefully you never have to play, that requires that you must be a surgeon with a chainsaw and you must outperform another human being in defense of another human being's life. And that is what executive protection bodyguard work is really all about. Close protection is really all about. So when I looked at the industry and I saw that there were a lot of different curriculums out there that teach you how to do executive protection really well, but we're lacking driving at a high level with contact driving, learning how to actually defend yourself if someone's making contact, trying to run you off the road, learning how to actually ram through a roadblock if someone's trying to place their vehicle in front of you, learning how to deal with these intense situations, medical, TECC, first aid, AED, civilian medical. What do you do if someone's having a heart attack, someone's choking, all the way into, how do you resuscitate people? The things you can deal with right now today as you drive home and may see a car accident or get in one, or, someone starts going into anaphylaxis at a restaurant tonight, right? These are all legitimate medical things that you can deal with in your civilian life, and you better know how to deal with in your working life. Actually, you better just know how to deal with, right? And then into firearms, how to protect a human being with a firearm and outperform another human being in service and protection of that client. Why did I enter in the hard skills portion? Because I saw a lot of really good schools out there teaching executive protection, soft skills, and operations. And I didn't see a lot out there that was just focusing on the hard skills. And this situation with Drake's protection agent that got shot, God be with him, just goes to show you that you can't train enough for a job that can kill you. And it goes in the face of all of those out there saying, oh, well, you don't need all that training to do executive protection. You don't need doing mental gymnastics to make it okay to not train to be an actual legitimate protector. And this stuff drives me crazy. I'm always blown away when they're like, oh, snake oil salesman, you don't need all that. And I'm always like, do we not live in the same world? But the reality is we have different backgrounds, right? And my background is a gritty, combat-centric United States Marine Corps, been to war multiple times background. So I personally, from my lens, not a college boy background, not a federal agency background, like there's nothing clean about where I come from. I come from the sandbox, and I've seen how quickly things can go from good to bad. I've operated in over 70 countries internationally. I've seen how quickly things can go from good to bad. I've seen how you can have a nice client that wants to go visit an orphanage in a third world country, and you can get into some weird things. So hard skills are important. Learning how to drive defensively and protective driving is important. Learning medical is important. Firearms, defense, and being able to outperform another individual with a firearm is extremely important. Otherwise, you're just a butler with a gun. So, wanted to make this video for more awareness in our industry. I wanted to speak to some of the things that I see from some of the old guard or some of the guys that, you look at their profiles and you're like, well, maybe you probably don't train hard skills. I don't know. But I'm just saying, if you want to be a real protector and a real juggernaut and you want people to legitimately pay you to legitimately protect them, you've gotta know how to execute on your hard skills. And at the end of the day, if I'm gonna go out, I wanna go out in the big game with boys who've been training physical and all the physical, mental, and verbal parts of the game. I want to go out with guys who are masters of the hard skills and masters of the soft skills. I want to go out with guys that are juggernauts philosophically and intellectually, as well as physically and in terms of their tactics and their level of competence through training. That's a real protector. I don't think there's any realistic thinker out there that can deny that. Byron Rodgers, protector by nature and by trade, reminding you that protection is more than just a job. It really is a lifestyle. God be with that agent out there, that fellow protector who took contact out there doing the deed. And God be with all of us. And may we all be as advertised and deliver on what we promise our clients every single day.